you've got the, Eli Manning putting on a Wrexham shirt.
Yeah, that was BS. I didn't like that one bit. I've been working on a few rebuttals, and he's engaged a few other of my friends as well, but we have a very healthy rivalry with Eli and with Rob and Ryan. I've been friends with them for a long time. He's been my kryptonite in some big games, but you know what? I feel like I've been a part of a lot of Monday Night Football in America, Monday Night Football in the UK. If you love football and you love competition, this is the place you want to be.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time to join us. Tom, I'll start with you, if I may. How does the reality of owning Birmingham City marry up to what the expectation was when you took the club over just over a year ago?
That's a great question. No one's asked that yet. I think the reality is more or less what we expected, which would be a difficult journey at the outset to bring the club to the place where we felt it needed to be from a financial perspective, from a competitive perspective, from a process perspective. I think what we learned last year is that there was perhaps a bit more to do than we originally envisioned, but the experience that we had last season didn't lessen our expectations or certainly didn't diminish our resolve in any way. So we took it in stride, and we did everything that we set out to do this summer, and I think set ourselves up well for the future.
Now, you talk about the lessons. What specific lessons have you learned from the journey so far?
Well, I think, one of the things is perhaps not to push too much in certain areas too fast. But I think, that's a finely balanced topic, because while you don't want to push too hard and make mistakes, you don't want to lessen your ambition, you don't want to set your objectives too low. So, we got some criticism for some of the things that we've done thus far. I think that's a natural part of trying to achieve excellence. I don't know that anyone has ever gone from 0 to 100 and not stumbled along the way, and we're certainly going to make more mistakes going forward, but what matters is how we react when we don't do something that's perfect from day one, and I think that ultimately is what we're about. And look, I'll tell you one thing. This I know for sure. With Tom as our partner, we're never going to stop trying to be the very, very best, and we're never going to quit.
Yeah.
And what is it specifically that Tom has brought to the operation?
I mean, gosh, it's so many different things. It's hard to say it succinctly. I'll try. I think it's a demand that the club focus on process on the sporting side to ensure that there's great attention and great energy put into how we prepare, how we train, and how we recover. And I think all of those areas fall well within Tom's area of expertise. But that drive for excellence has really, become part of the overall fabric of the club. We demand that now in every element of the club, and Tom is very focused on ensuring that we do that. He and I are working together on a number of different projects, and I think we found that there's a nice balance between the experiences that we have and the experience that Tom has, and we're confident that over time it will prove to be a very successful project as measured by our success on the playing field.
Yeah.
And Tom, how have you found it so far? Obviously, it's a huge departure from your professional career up to this point. What's your day-to-day involvement, and how are you enjoying it? How have you found it?
I don't think it's much of a departure at all. In reality, I feel like the competitiveness of this sport is familiar with what I've done my entire life. I feel like the difference is I'm not actually down here on the pitch trying to perform. I'm in a more of a supporting role. And what can I do every day to help support Chris, to support the ambitions of what Tom has, what the entire club has, and ultimately this is about Birmingham City and these fans and what they want to see. And I know what they want. They want to win, and we want to win for them. We want to win for our fans. We want to win for our players. We want to win for our staff, and we're here to support them in any way we can.
And how do you find it watching on? Because obviously throughout most of your career you've been in a position that you can directly influence proceedings. You can't directly influence proceedings once the first whistle is gone now. So how do you find that? Are you a good watcher?
Happily, I'm not able to do that anymore. I think I'm very excited about actually being on the sideline and watching these other players with their own ambition to go out here and succeed for themselves and their families. They want to change the trajectory of their life. They want to change the trajectory of their families' lives, of what this community is all about. And that really comes down to their performance in winning. So how can we help them achieve that? Well, I believe there's a physical, mental, emotional component to all these players that we can tap into. And we want to support them in all those areas so that when they take the pitch, they're happy, they're excited, their bodies are feeling great. I believe we have a great manager in Chris, and he's out there every day watching them perform on the training grounds, and they're doing a great job thus far. And we just want to keep continuing to play our role.
Now, tonight is just one step, but it is also probably one of the highest profile matches at this level in
Let's
English
go.
football
That's
history.
what we should be here for.
So you've got the Eli Manning putting on a Wrexham shirt.
Yeah, that was BS. I didn't like that one bit, but that's okay. He's been my kryptonite in some big games, but you know what? I feel like I've been a part of a lot of Monday Night Football in America, Monday Night Football in the UK. If you love football and you love competition, this is the place you want to be.
And have you already got it in mind what your response will be to him if the result goes the right way tonight?
I've been working on a few rebuttals, and he's engaged a few other of my friends as well. But we have a very healthy rivalry with Eli and with Rob and Ryan. I've been friends with them for a long time. And again, I think I'm really impressed by their ownership and what they've done with Wrexham and the community there. They're very engaged, and again, they feel very similar to what we do. We're here to support this club, the fans. This is their club, and we're here to play our role.
Now, my final question to you both is just about where you see the project being in 5 years' time, both on the field and off the field. I know that the plans are obviously that you won't be actually here, that you'll be just across town slightly, but where do you see the club being, say, in 2029?
I think it would be a mistake not to set our ambitions at the highest level. If you're not shooting for excellence and trying to get to the top, then why bother? So that's the objective. There really isn't any other way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time, and let's hope the best team wins.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.